I don't know. I know that they had to play 162 or 4 or whatever they played just to get into the playoffs, and then they had to play a whole bunch more. And we've only played 6. So I don't make anything out of it. Good for the Cubs. Well, we've had an opportunity to deal with success once already this season, and we didn't pass that test very well. We'll get another opportunity tomorrow against a very good opponent, and I think we're still. It's still so early in the year, and we're still a development type team, a team that is growing, a growth team. I think I called us before. Our club has a lot of work to do, and we're not by any means getting ahead of ourselves. It's nice to be and feel a little bit of positive energy at the beginning of the year where we haven't had that in the past, and we've worked hard to earn that. But there's just way too much hockey in front of us and too much improving that has to happen with our team. And I'm sure that's what Milan is trying to share with you as well, that we have a lot of work to do.
Your team seems more equipped, though, to win different ways. Like last year, you could maybe only win if you were playing run and gun, whereas you won your first 2 games, maybe not the system you wanted, but you won. And you had a heavy win against St. Louis, fast win with Winnipeg. Are you able, do you feel that your team can adapt now a little bit better to the opposition?
I do. I think that we've made some changes that affect the group positively as far as tools or ingredients that we're allowed to use on any given night. And it's allowed us to play in different types of games. Let's face it, as the year goes on, it's going to get tighter. I think it's going to get harder. It's going to get a little more physical. Usually happens after the first 10 games. Guys start sorting things out. And it's been a strange year, in my opinion, with the World Cup. I think there's a large portion of higher-end players that have a head start on maybe some of the role players, and it's showing up and scoring. So that's going to even out at some point as well. Well, not necessarily one, because you could say, geez, you know what, we're tightening things up defensively. But to do that, you have to be playing well offensively. It takes time away from your zone. So I think everything works together. If you're struggling defensively, if you're giving up a ton of chances, odds are you're not spending a lot of time in the offensive team's end. So one goes with the other. The familiarity, it's a hard word to say, of teammates and coaching staff, I think helps us this year to begin with. We're way further ahead in the foundation of some of the things we want to do. And the verbiage that we use to make adjustments is recognizable to the players really quick. We're only trying to catch 4 or 5 guys up. They come from other organizations or they're first-year players. So that alone has helped us, I think, to get off to the start that we need. Well, I think he's he's part of the answer that I just gave to Jason, where he has been able to come in and add an ingredient of tenacity, of speed on the outside. He's got a heavy shot. He's willing to drive the puck wide. It's not always a pull up and make a pretty play, and he's been rewarded for it. The forecheck part of his game has been just fine too. He's been able to get in and physically create turnovers for his line mates. So he's been a real good story for us. If you would have told me that Tyler would have had 3 goals and played a prominent role in 5 wins, I don't know if I would have believed you. But give Tyler credit for producing that and making us believers in him.
At the end of last season, you sat down with Zach Gasson and said, we look at you as kind of bottom 6 forward, we want to give you a penalty killing role. And he's been doing the penalty killing role, but right now he's playing on the other second line, if you want to call it that. Has he maybe impressed you more than you thought with his offense and all the stuff he did off of the ice? Looking at him like he's maybe a better player or something?
Well, to me, that off the ice stuff trumps anything on the ice. That's impressive to me to recover the way he has and to be able to maintain and live a healthy lifestyle. He gets a lot of support from his family, from people that have been helping him, and from his teammates, and from the Oilers organization. So that part of it's impressive. I'm really happy for him there, and that's something that we want to continue on with. The on ice part. You got to remember, he was a high draft pick. He was producing, and things got away on him a little bit. So you got to rebuild your game. You got to, Zach has to go out and almost start over, and trying to slot him in the right spot so he maintains his confidence level, both he and himself, and us and him, is really important. And right now, I think we're at a good spot there. He's been able to contribute in a lot of different areas, and areas maybe he wouldn't have in the past, checking and penalty killing. He used to be viewed as an offensive dynamo, maybe coming out of junior, a tough power forward that's going to score a lot. He reinvented himself, and he's having success with it. I think it's important for our team. The goal differential, we talked about finding 40 to 45 goals throughout the season. We're 6 games in, we're on the plus side, so that means a lot to our team. There's 2 sides to that ledger. There's the goals for and the goals against. I'm as pleased with the goals against over the last 3 games as the goals for being up there. I think you have to be willing and prepared to prevent scoring chances to win in this league. You just can't outscore your mistakes, and over the last 3 games, we've done a much better job than we had prior to them.
Is there eventually a category of player where you like spend more time game planning about one individual guy than you look at?
Yep, he is. He's a tremendous player. He's unique. He's, he seems to get it done every night, and you have to pay attention to him in certain situations. You have to give the players some information on him. Some are going to play against him for the first time. Some only play against him twice a year. So it's not like we're used to being on the ice against him. So we will give him some tidbits on that, but so do the other 29 teams, and he's found a way to score I don't know how many goals, but he just keeps doing it.
It's the fine line you guys have to want to feel good about yourselves, but you don't want to feel too good about yourselves.
Yeah, that's fair, and that's Luch saying we're a young team. We have to learn how to take the good and the bad together and find an even keel. And we shouldn't change who we are or the way we approach things because we lose 3 games in a row or because we win 3 games in a row. We have to hold each other accountable and make sure we're giving each other everything we have on a daily basis and not rely on newspaper, radio, TV, and standings, because that won't do anything for us.